Hey there, and welcome to this deep dive. We're really getting into something you're clearly interested in, this whole AI revolution,
Yeah.
and how it's changing, well, everything. Classrooms,
Right.
maybe even like changing the game itself, you know?
Yeah.
So we've got a really cool mix of stuff to unpack today. We've got like these super practical AI tools that are out there right now,
Hmm.
but also some seriously next level research that's like really pushing the boundaries.
Definitely.
So, are you ready to dive in?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, let's jump right in.
What's really got my attention is how AI is like, it's not just this abstract theory anymore. It's like, it's in our hands. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. It's like it's gone from like science fiction to like everyday life.
Exactly.
And like one of the places where I think it's most exciting is in education. We've got this brand new platform, Curiously AI.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I've heard some buzz.
It's making waves, and for good reason. Okay, imagine this. You're a teacher, right?
Yeah.
You can tell this AI, like, hey, I need a lesson plan,
Huh.
and I need it on, like, the Roman Empire. But make it fun,
Yeah.
make it interactive, something these kids are actually going to remember.
Right. Right. Engagement's key.
And get this, the AI can actually do it.
Wow.
That is the kind of power Curiously AI is putting into the hands of educators.
That's incredible.
And here's the kicker, they don't even need to know how to code.
That's amazing. I mean, that's what's so often a barrier,
It's
right?
huge, Bear.
The technical side.
Yeah.
But this is making it accessible to everyone.
Exactly. Democratizing AI. Right.
I love that.
It's really cool. So, okay, this Retrieval Augmented Generation thing.
Yeah, so that's really at the heart of what makes Curiously AI so powerful, you know?
Okay.
It's not just making things up. It's not like pulling it out of thin air.
Right.
It's actually going into the lesson materials, the curriculum that you're already using. And it's pulling information directly from there. So you know that everything is factually accurate
Oh, okay.
and it aligns with what you're teaching.
So it's like, it's accurate, it's aligned, but what makes this different from like a really good search engine? You know, I can go on like, I don't know, Google right now
Right.
and search for stuff about the Roman Empire, but what's got everyone so excited about this particular platform?
You're right. You're right. It's a level beyond that. And I think the proof is in the pudding, right?
Okay, yeah.
This thing's winning awards,
Okay.
like serious recognition.
Yeah.
They snagged a Catalyst Prize at the Learning Engineering Tools competition.
Oh, wow.
And then on top of that, a Provost Grant for Innovation from Columbia University.
Okay, so these are not like participation trophies.
No, we're talking like these are the Oscars of the education world.
Good deal.
Yeah. These are demonstrating that this platform has the potential to like, completely change how we think about education.
Like personalized learning for every student.
Exactly.
That sounds like something straight out of Star Trek, you know?
It does. It's like everyone's got their own data and their own AI teacher.
Wild.
And it's not just happening in classrooms, which is cool too, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like we've got the Empire AI Consortium,
Right.
a perfect example of AI being used to tackle some of the world's biggest challenges.
Yeah, that massive research initiative.
Yes.
And it was based in New York, right?
Yeah, New York.
And the names attached to it just blew me away when I first heard about it.
Yeah.
The Simons Foundation,
Yeah.
New York State, they're like really pulling out all the stops for this.
And they've got the funding to back it up.
Okay, so how much are we talking here?
We are talking $400 million
What?
secured for this project.
Okay, so they're not messing around.
Not messing around.
That's incredible.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And the goal, right, is to tackle global issues.
Like what kind of stuff?
We're talking climate change, food insecurity.
Mm.
They're even looking at how AI can speed up drug discovery.
It's like instead of using AI to like, make a better ad or something, it's like,
Right.
no, we're going to use it to actually solve like the world's biggest problems.
Exactly.
I love that.
Huge.
$400 million. They're really putting their money where their mouth is, huh?
Big time.
And I heard they're building like a whole new supercomputing center dedicated to this.
Dedicated to this project, which is incredible. The scale of this is just,
That's what
it really makes you think, right?
Yeah, it's a little inspiring, but also a little intimidating.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
It's like watching a rocket launch,
Okay.
You're amazed by the technology, but then you're also like a little bit nervous about where it's going to land.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that feeling is understandable.
Especially when you start to think about the corporate world.
Definitely.
Because a new Deloitte report came out.
Yeah.
And this was one of the things we really wanted to dig into in this deep dive. And it revealed something kind of alarming. Almost 80%.
80%.
Of corporate board members don't feel they have a solid understanding of AI.
Wow. Okay.
That's like, I don't know, trying to steer a ship without knowing how to use a compass.
That's a really good analogy. And it's not just a problem for tech companies, right?
No.
Like we're talking across the board, no pun intended.
Across every industry.
AI is becoming essential to every single industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for these companies, though? I mean, are they like sailing into a hurricane and they don't even know it?
It's a massive roadblock. If you don't understand the basics,
Yeah.
the possibilities, the limitations, the impacts, how are you going to make informed decisions
Yeah.
about this technology?
Right, right. It's like you're trying to read a map, but it's written in a language you don't understand. You're going to get lost.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, the speed of development in AI shows no signs of slowing down.
Oh, yeah, it's only speeding up.
Yeah. Like, look at Adobe.
Yeah, what they're doing.
Okay. Big company, right? They're moving into AI video generation.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, I can write a text prompt and it'll make a video.
Yeah. And they're going head-to-head with the biggest players out there. OpenAI, Meta.
It's a high-stakes poker game, basically.
Huge.
But it really emphasizes the point that this race to innovate, it's only getting more intense, and it's pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible, you know?
Absolutely. And what's crucial to remember, is that all this advancement, and it's amazing, right? It's exciting.
Yeah.
But it's not without, it's not without its challenges. It's like someone handed us this incredibly powerful toolkit.
Okay.
But we're still figuring out which tool does what.
Totally. It's like, oh, this is that thing where I have to put together, like, IKEA furniture, and the instructions are in a language I don't understand.
Exactly. We need to be asking ourselves some tough questions.
Okay, hit me.
All right, so let's take the job market.
Okay.
I mean, AI is getting so sophisticated, right?
Yeah.
Certain jobs, they're going to be automated.
Right. It's that double-edged sort of progress, right?
Exactly.
It's like, oh, that's cool. The robots can do the boring stuff. But it's like, wait a minute. What happens to the people?
Right, and these are people's livelihoods,
Exactly.
how they support themselves, their families.
It's complicated.
It's incredibly complex.
Yeah.
There are no easy solutions, but we need to be proactive, right?
Okay. Yeah.
We need to be thinking about things like retraining programs, like stronger social safety nets to support the people who are going to be affected by this.
We can't just, get excited about the shiny new tech and forget about the human cost.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance.
Right?
Right. How do we make sure that we're using AI in a way that benefits everyone?
Okay, so we've got AI transforming education, taking on these big global challenges, shaking up the corporate world. And now we're talking about the job market, which is like, I don't even know if we fully understand how that's going to look in 5 years, 10 years.
Well, nobody does.
It's a lot.
It is. But it all points to one really important truth, which is that AI, this isn't some far off thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not science fiction anymore.
Right.
This is happening now.
It's here.
And it's affecting our lives.
So where does that leave, the average person? Like, I don't know how to code.
Sure.
I'm not a tech genius or anything, but I want to keep up.
Right. You want to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah. What can I do? What can we do to prepare for this AI future that seems to be, coming at us a million miles an hour?
That's a question I get a lot. And it's a good one. And honestly, the first thing I always tell people is embrace this idea of lifelong learning.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because AI is constantly evolving.
It's true.
So we need to evolve too.
Yeah, it's like every time I check the news, there's a new headline. It's like AI breakthrough. And I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't I just read about a different AI breakthrough yesterday?
Exactly.
It's hard to keep up.
It is. But the good news is there are so many resources out there that can help.
Okay. Like what?
Well, for starters, I mean, you're listening to a podcast right now. Right? That's doing a great job of breaking it down.
We try.
But no, seriously, there are incredible online courses.
Yeah.
There are industry publications.
Right.
Even social media groups that are dedicated to making AI knowledge accessible to everybody.
So it's about finding those trustworthy sources, making it a little bit of a daily habit. I'm going to spend 5 minutes today just learning about this AI stuff.
Absolutely. And you know what? Another important thing is we need to start thinking critically about this stuff.
Okay.
Don't just take it at face value.
Right.
Ask questions.
Okay.
What are the limitations? What are the potential downsides here?
It's like, it's not all sunshine and roses.
Exactly.
Right.
And think about how it aligns with your own values.
Yeah, that makes me think of, like, those old Twilight Zone episodes?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, AI could be amazing, but it could also be like,
Right.
I don't know, a little creepy.
Totally.
Right.
So a healthy dose of skepticism is never a bad thing.
Okay, so we're learning, we're thinking critically. What else?
All right. This is the big one.
Okay.
We need to engage.
Engage. Okay, beyond like listening to this podcast, what does that even look like?
Sure. So I'm talking about actively engaging with the technology.
Okay.
Okay. There are so many opportunities out there to shape the future of AI.
Okay.
Even if you aren't, a coding whiz.
Yeah.
You can go to meetups.
Oh.
You can join advocacy groups.
Right.
Even just having conversations with your friends, with your family about these issues.
It's like using your voice, using your influence to kind of steer it in the right direction.
Yes, it's about making sure that this technology is used for good.
It's not enough to just understand how it works. We have to, like, understand how we want it to impact us.
Exactly. You got it.
Yeah.
This isn't just about the nuts and bolts of AI.
Right.
This is about what kind of future we want to live in.
Big questions.
Big questions, but important questions.
Right.
And I think, the more we talk about them, the better equipped we'll be to actually create that future.
Okay, so we've given our listeners a lot to think about today, but before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's circle back to what we talked about in this deep dive.
That's good.
We covered AI learning companions, those global research initiatives. We even talked about how this tech is like shaking things up in the business world.
It's really touching everything, isn't it?
It really is. And honestly, we've only just scratched the surface.
Oh, yeah. We could talk about this for hours.
Hours. We could do a whole series on this, honestly.
Right. And we probably should.
I'm in. Sign me up. Like, okay, seriously, though. The thing about AI is just when you think you're starting to get a handle on it, bam, something new pops up.
Right.
Blows your mind all over again.
It's true. It's always changing and evolving, which is exciting.
Right. But also maybe a little overwhelming, if we're being honest.
Definitely overwhelming, but that's okay.
That's why we're here, right? To break these topics down.
That's it.
Make them a little less intimidating, a little more understandable, so you can finish listening to this deep dive feeling like, okay, I get it. I can handle this.
You got this. Knowledge is power, right?
There you go. Exactly. Speaking of knowledge, we like to wrap up these deep dives with like a final thought-provoking question.
I love it. Hit me with it.
Okay, so we've talked about how AI can like change education, solve those big global issues, even like make art, make videos.
It's wild.
But I want to bring it a little closer to home.
Okay.
Let's talk about AI's impact on us as individuals.
I like where you're going with this.
So what happens to our sense of self?
Okay.
Our creativity, our relationships, even when AI becomes like just completely interwoven with our everyday lives?
It's a big question.
It's a big one.
And I think it really speaks to like, the heart of this whole AI thing.
Totally.
It's not just about the tech.
Right.
It's about us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what does it mean to be human in a world where AI is everywhere?
Deep stuff. Well, on that note, we'll leave you to ponder that very question.
Yes.
What does it mean to be human in the age of AI?
It's a big one, but we know you can handle it.
You got this.
Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.
See you next time.
This is The Deep Dive signing off.